hello everyone. Welcome to our free online lessons and thank you for joining me. And I hope that you can hear me. Okay. Hello. Okay, you can hear me? Let's see. Yes. Okay. Thank you. My name is Auni Umira. I am the application engineer at acadsystems. So today lessons will be the reinforcement foundation in Autodesk Revit. So if you want to ask me any questions and have any issue, you just let me know at the chat box, okay? So here, a moment. So here I'm sharing with you our agenda for today's lessons. So we were going to create, to adjust the value for the level first and then add the simple grid line for our guide to insert the column and also the foundations. And then we will going to insert the reinforcement for the column and also the foundation. And lastly, we will do the color adjustment for the rebar. Okay, this is the final result for today's lesson. So you will get your results more or less like this. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started to our Revit. So I go to my Revit. So I already opened my Revit. And then because we're going to create a structure element, so the template I'm going to use is the structure template. So I click on new. And you can use any structure template. If you're using Imperial or any structure template, you can use it. So for me, I'm going to use this matrix structure template and going to create a project. So click OK. And then, so before we started, I will go to manage and check my project unit first. So I go to manage tab and click on this project unit. So my unit will be in mm. So if you're using meter, centimeter of inch, you need to convert it, okay? So next, I'm going to change the elevation or the level from level 1 to level 2. So this elevation will be, hi, who are just coming in, thank you. So this level will be, level value will be the height of my column. So I go to east elevation and I'm going to change the level 2 value here to 1,500. So this will be the height of my column. So now I go to level 1, structure plan level 1. So for the level 2, I'm going to close on it. So it didn't make me confused later on. So to create structural elements, so you need to go to structure tab. So you can do on the architecture tab, but you need to choose the exact for structure column. Okay, so for me, I suggest you to go to structure tab and using this element in the structure tab only. Okay. So now I'm going to create a grid line for my guide to insert the column. So I just going to create a simple grid line, or 2 for vertical and 2 for horizontal. So I start my grid line here, and then the length between the grid line will be 10,000. Okay, this vertical line, and then 2 more horizontally, and then change the name here to A, and B will be same line, 10,000. So this is just a guide. So if you have more grid line to add, you can add more. Okay, so now I go to column, add the structure tab here, go to column. I want to add column. So to place a column, you have few way to place a column. And then if you click on column, so this is for my template. So it's already loaded the concrete rectangular column and also the UC, universal column in it. So I'm going to use concrete rectangular column, the first size here. Okay, but I'm going to change the size. I'm going to make it same. Okay, I'm going to make it 450 by 450. So just go to edit type and duplicate this size of concrete rectangular column. Click on duplicate, change the size to 450. Okay, now I change the dimension to 450. Click apply and then click OK. So now I get my column that according to the size that I just set just now. So next, here you can see under the properties, there is a structure column. So this is the rebar cover. So rebar cover in structure are quite important because this will be the placement of your rebar later on. So if you want to change the rebar cover to smaller or to any value that you want, so you just go to the cover choices here. You click on the cover, then click on this drop down. Then you can find there is a lot more choices of sizes you can choose. So for me, I'm going to use this default setting, 40 mm. So if you want a lesser value or greater value, you just can change it here. Okay, and then the placement for my column, I'm going to change from depth to height because just now I already insert the height of my level. And then this will be until level 2. Okay. So to place it, you can either place it one by one on the intersection of the grid, or you can click on add grid. So this is the easier way. Okay. So click on this add grid and I just click or select every intersection of the grid. Okay, you need to select intersection of grid. So it will preview to you the placement of your column before you click on finish. Okay, if you didn't click any intersection, it will not add the concrete. If you're okay with the placement, just click on finish. And then now I go to 3D view to view it. So it will look like this. I'm okay with this. Now I'm going to add foundation. So I click escape 2 times. So now go to this foundations tab. So still in the structure tab, okay? Go to foundation and I'm going to use this isolated foundation. Click on this one. Okay, the setting is same as the column just now. If you want to change the size, you want to change the rebar cover, you can change it. Same method as you do in column for the column. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to choose the one that being chosen defaultly. Okay, this one. And now there's 2 ways to add the foundation. First is add grid and then add column. So I'm going to use add column because if I use add column, it will place the foundation exactly under my column. So better use add column. And then same as just now, just select the column, every column here. And now click on finish, go to 3D view. That is my column and foundation. So I'm done with this one. And now I'm going to go to level 1 back. I'm going to add the rebar. So to add rebar, you can either go here, click on rebar and then add it. Or so to be more specific, you click on the structure element that you want to add the rebar, and then this rebar button will pop up for modified / structural column. Okay, so this is you want to confirm it to place the rebar exactly inside the column. So sometimes if you're using rebar, this just you click rebar first before you click the structure element. So it might be slightly didn't place inside your structure column. So for more accurate, so click on the structure column first and then go to rebar button here. So I click on that one. So this notice will pop up about the rebar shape definition will include hooks and will ignore the end treatment, blah, blah, blah. So I just click on OK. So this is the workspace for you to add the rebar. So you will get this rebar shape browser here. You get the placement method, placement plane, placement rotation, and rebar set. So this is where you, and in the properties is the common properties where you change the sizing, you change the dimension and so on. Okay, so for example, you didn't see or your rebar is missing, rebar shape browser is missing like this. So you can either go here and select the rebar shape here, but you don't know the shape, right? So you want to pop up the rebar browser again. So just click on the box with 3 dots beside the rebar name here. So you can either use this one, but if you know the shape with the name, so you can use this one. But if you want to know the exact shape of the naming rebar here, so you just click on this spot with 3 dots here. So this rebar shape browser will pop up. Okay. So now I'm going to place my rebar. I'm going to use this M_00, the first shape here. I'm going to add vertical rebar inside my column first. Okay. To add vertical rebar inside my column, I'm going to change the placement plane and placement orientation. So placement plane, I'm going to change it to far cover reference. Sorry. And then for the placement orientation, I'm going to change it to perpendicular to cover. Okay, for the layout, so currently the layout is set to single layout. So which means it will insert your rebar one in one time. Okay, I'm zoom in for you like this, one time only, one rebar in one time only. So for example, you want to insert a few more rebar in one time. So for example, three rebar in one time, 6 rebar in one time. So you can change the layout here. Okay, for the setting the layout, to change layout, you can either change before you place the rebar or after you place the rebar. Okay, for example, I want to change this one, 3 rebar in one time. Okay, the placement, so I click on this single drop down or the layout drop down. So you can find there is a fixed number, maximum spacing, number with spacing, and then minimum clear spacing. So usually I'm going to use these two, fixed number. Fixed number is like you fix the amount of rebar. So for example, 3, so it will only insert 3 rebar in one time. So for maximum spacing is the maximum space or maximum length between the rebar. So it will generate according to your size of your column, size of your rebar, size of your column, and then size of your cover. Okay, this is for maximum spacing. So I'm going to use this fixed number, and the quantity will be 3, and then I will place it like this side and this side. Okay, if you want to place it more, you can place it more according to your spec, and then I click on escape. And then I click again, I go to rebar again. Okay, for now, I want to add link. To add link, I'm going to search the shape here. I'm going to scroll down, shape for link. So link will tie the vertical rebar or the column. So I choose this M_T1. So if you want to choose the other one, you can also do that. So I click on this M_T1. And then now I'm going to change the size of rebar. So usually size of the link. So usually the size of the link will be smaller than the rebar. Okay, so we just go here and change maybe to 10 M. Okay. Now, for placing the link, I'm going to change the placement orientation to parallel to work plane because I want place it flat inside the column. So go to parallel to work plane. And now I'm going to place it here. So once I place, you can see the rebar will move inside. Okay. You can see the rebar will move inside because this is the setting in Revit. Okay, it will move your rebar inside. So for me, maybe I change this one to 6. Okay, you need to change the inside to 16 meter, 16 m. So it will change. It will move your rebar inside your link like this. Okay, now I go to 3D view, zoom in here, so you can find, change the graphic, the detail level to find. Okay, so that is my rebar for column. So for example, just now I said that you can change the layout of your rebar before and after you insert your rebar in your structural element. So just now I said before I insert the structural element. So right now I want to set it after I insert the structural element, insert the rebar. So what you going to do is just click on the rebar that you want. How to add column hook in the center. Okay, I will show you later on, CCW. Okay. And then I click on this one. And then I change the layout to the maximum spacing. Then change the spacing to 250. So it will add more link. So you can either add after, change the setting for the rebar set after you insert the rebar or before you insert the rebar. So this is for the column. So now I want to add rebar for the foundation. So I go back to level 1. So for the foundation, I zoom out a bit and I'm going to add section view to cut this foundation. So go to section up here. I'm going to use the center line of the grid line here. And then go to the view. So this is the view. So I'm going to click on the foundation and then go here. Same. It will be the same place as the column. Okay. Go to the foundation, click on the foundation, go to rebar. So now I'm going to find shape to add in the foundation. So maybe I'm going to use this M_17, this shape, and place it using the file for cover for the placement plane, and the placement rotation will be parallel to work plane. So I'm going to add the bottom for the lower part of the foundation first, like this. Okay, for the set letter, I'm going to change it. And then I change the orientation. So this one will be just on this side. So I want to add the rebar for the other side. So it will look like it's covered. It will look like it covered the foundation. Okay. So change it to perpendicular to cover. So this one, I'm going to change it like this. I'm going to place it like this. Oh, before that, I'm going to change the size to 16 m. Okay. Then I'm going to change the layout to maximum spacing. Change the spacing to 250 as same as the column just now. And then I'm going to place it same position as I place the side. Okay, for this side. So place it, make sure the circle or the dot there are on the lower side of your foundation. Click on that one. Okay, and for this, I change to 16 m. Okay, just now I forget to change. So after you change it, you can see that the rebar are not on top of the other side. So it's like clashing with each other. So you can just click on that one and then you can use this grip to extend it, to move it, okay? So I just move it inside like this and then move it inside like this. And this one, I'm using this up and down grip to adjust the placement to make it inside my foundation rebar for this side. So make it upward. Or maybe I can just use the arrow, upper arrow like that. Okay, just adjust it. Okay, like that. This one maybe I make it down. Okay, so this is for this side. So I go to 3D view, so it will look like this. So this one I change the layout to maximum spacing to 50. So it will look like this. So this will be the lower part of your foundation. So I want to add one more for the top of this foundation, one more side. So use the same set and same method, but I change it to the upper side of the foundation. So go to section 1 back, and then go to click on the foundation, go to the rebar. Now using the same shape, but now I'm going to change to parallel to work plane and place it up. Place on the top of foundation like this. The same, go to change the orientation to perpendicular to cover and make sure the dot there are on top of the foundation. Okay. Now I'll click escape and change the placement like that. Then make it down. This one. Click inside and go to 3D view. Then I'll get like that. Okay. My foundation, rebar for my foundation. Okay. So now I'm going to connect the rebar for the column with the rebar for the foundation. So to do that, I go back to section view, I zoom out a little bit. Then now I click on the vertical rebar for the column, and I want to extend it to connect with, like creating a hook that connect with the foundation rebar. So to do that, you can either just drag this down, or the easier way, you can also draw the shape of the hook, okay, or the connection. So you can go to here at the edit sketch, then click on the rebar again and bring it down. Like that, I'm going to add line. Okay, this is just a simple hook. So if you want to create more detailed hook or more detailed connection, you can do that. So just going to add one more line like that. Escape and go finish. So it will create like a hook or a connection with the rebar for foundation. So repeat the step for this side. Click on this one, go to edit sketch, bring it down like that. And then add a line. Okay. Then click on finish. So I got the connection. Go to 3D view. So this is, it will look like. Okay. So now, for example, you want to change the color. For example, you want to change the color for the link. You want to differentiate it between the size, between the shape. So to change the color, to specify the color for each rebar here. So what you can do, click on the rebar you want to change the color, right click, go to this override graphic in view and go by element. In here, you can go to the surface patterns and go to foreground, change the pattern to solid fill and change the color here. Maybe for the link, you want to change the color to red color, for example, and then click on apply, click on OK. So now the link are changing to red color. So you know this red color is link. Then you want to change for the column rebar, for the foundation rebar, you can use the same method. Go to right click, go to override graphic view, go by element, and then here you change the pattern for the foreground to solid fill, and by material you can change it to what color you want. Okay. All right, so this is how you insert the rebar. For example, you want to insert for the others foundation, others column. So if my case, I only have 4 column and foundations. Maybe for the bigger project, you have more than 4, like 15, 16 column and foundations. So what you can do, you can repeat the step, repeat the method I do, but it will take your time. So you can just, to save your time, you can just go to level 1 back and select everything. You can just copy it. Okay, copy the rebar. So select everything, filter it, only select the rebar. Okay, structure rebar, and click apply, click OK. Now go to copy button here, click on that one and copy it to the other foundation like that. As simple as that. Now I get my rebar for my all foundation. Okay, this is save a lot of more time. Okay, let me see your question to add hook column at the center. Did I answer your question just now? To add hook, like you can do the sketch. You can edit your rebar and by edit sketch, and then you can draw your hook in there. And then one more question for square footing, can put bottom both way for the triangles. Sorry, P3, how to put rebar, P3 size. CCW, can you explain your question for this triangle P3? Sorry, I didn't understand it. P3 is the slope size, but need to draw 1 by 1. Or you want to create the different size. You want to create the size of the rebar according to your spec, like that. Not square footing in triangle P3. Okay, let me see if I can do that. We go to section. Rebar. Okay, for the dimension or the size of your rebar, you can change by using the edit type. Okay. It's not square, footing is triangle, P3. Maybe CCW can drop your email, so we will email you the answer. So I need to check on that one. So if you want to change, so if your question, you want to change the rebar size according to your spec or your own size, so you can just do edit type. Okay, do edit type and change the dimension there. Okay, you can find model, bar diameter, bar standard, band standard, standard hook band. You can change the size in here. Okay, so this is your question. How the tagging rebar example? Tagging rebar. Okay, to add tag, I think we can add by using tagging, or yeah, you can add, you can just simply go to tag by category and then just click on the rebar that you want to add, like that. Okay, go to annotation, go to tag by category, and go here. Click any rebar that you want to add tag. So if you want to change the standard or the standard tagging, you can just easily click on the tagging, go to edit family. Okay, go to edit family and change the label here. Okay. In Malaysia using T90. Oh yeah, in Malaysia using T90 kan, right? So this is the standard for UK or US. So you can, if you want to change according to your standard, you can always go to edit family and change the label there. Okay, change the label. I edit label, so you can change it here. Okay, you can find there's quantity, spacing, number, and so on. So this is more for the tagging. Okay. Or if you have, how about to add lean concrete below footing? Below this footing, you want to add lean concrete. Yes. So to add concrete, okay, you can find the concrete cover. So you want to add below the concrete. You can change the concrete cover. So for now, for my case, I have this 40 mm, so that's why I cannot go near to the bottom of the concrete. So you change the concrete cover first to the smaller sizes, and then you can add more rebar near to the end of your footing, to the bottom of your footing. All right, so thank you. Hope I answer your question. So there is more, any question you want to ask me? And you, so anyone to ask, so also can. So if there is no question, so before I end my class, I want to share our website. So you can go to acadsystems.com. Okay, so this is our website. So you can find what product that we provided here, what services, what training that we provide. And if you scroll down more, you can find the promotions, latest promotion for our product, for our Autodesk product. And then if you want to join our next free online lessons or free online courses, you can just simply scroll down and find the interesting title that you want, interesting topic that you want, click on the image, and you go to click on going, insert your detail, and we will email you the time, the date, and also the Zoom link. And if you want to rewatch this if you want to rewatch these lessons, you can always go to our YouTube channel, acadsystems Sendirian Berhad, and then you can watch our previous videos or previous YouTube videos that already be uploaded. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining me today, and thank you for your concentration. Thank you for your time. Okay, thank you CCW. So see you on our next free online lesson. Take care everyone. Bye-bye.